Hello guys, welcome to the Trading Parrot. My phone hasn't stopped sounding today with alerts of whales depositing into exchanges. Yesterday, we learned that MT Gox transfers $9 billion in Bitcoin to a single address as part of repayment plans. Certainly, the news are spooking the large addresses. And even though people are claiming victory that the price hasn't moved that much with such bearish news of $9 billion potentially dumping into the market, I started digging a little bit more into the charts, on-chain data analysis to start to understand what is the potential for the downside. And I'm not talking just necessarily whether the investors that are going to get paid eventually as part of the repayment plans. I'm talking about the whales, whether they are deciding that this is an opportunity to dump their coins. There are a few charts that can give us a magnifier glass to test their sentiment right now, before the price moves. Guys, if this is the type of content that you want to watch, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I put out one of these videos. And there are two things that you can do for this channel. One, watch the video until the very end and do not go anywhere without leaving a comment down below. That's really helping the channel to continue growing. To make clear my point, as you can see on the daily chart, since yesterday we have barely moved 2% down. We are at 67.5. We are still above the point of control. The daily structure still holds with higher highs and higher lows. This video is not to convince you to dump your Bitcoin, but is to make you aware of what is the sentiment of the whales right now in regards to what's going on in the market. Let me clarify that the weekly is still pointing up in the stochastic RSI. We are on a channel down on the RSI. With this bullish cross, we should be seeing some further upside. At least so far since the beginning of the bull market, every time that we get a bullish cross, we have seen decent moves to the upside. But that's just a matter of probabilities. The fact that we have the odds in our favor on the weekly time frame, that's just one of the pieces of the puzzle. A few days ago, Trump made a speech crypto and the price was above 70K. Now there is 9 billion that can get dumped anytime into the market. Here it is one of the reactions. Whether it's an overreaction or not, we will learn very soon. But as you can see, we have a massive week to the upside in terms of the big whale explorer. This is a custom indicator that I have built using data from Into the Block, which is an on-chain data analysis website. This pump against 73.5K, the all-time high, was only 110%, whereas in here we are doing almost 300%. The change in sentiment is 3 times what the sentiment change on the 6th of March. What is the Big Whale Explorer? This is a ratio that measures the balance between large whales depositing versus withdrawing. And at the moment, we went from being a vast majority, in fact, one of the largest areas of withdrawals, which is bullish for large whales because that means that they are accumulating. And suddenly, on the same day of the bearish news about MT Gox, we see an almost 300% U-turn in the sentiment, which means that now they are at a fast pace depositing the large whales. So this could be two things. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to be naive. This could be part of the movements that Miss MT Gox is doing. I doubt it because as far as I understand, MT Gox just move coins from one wallet to another, not necessarily into an exchange. If their move of 9 billion was into an exchange, that will explain this whole move. If this doesn't take into account that move, then we need to be alert because that will mean that this move is the reaction of the other large whales to those fears. We can also see in CryptoQuant very clearly here this massive spike in exchange inflows. This happened yesterday midday. just around the time when the news came out. So that's why I'm a little bit challenging this point of view, because it could be triggered precisely by the actual move of coins of empty GOX rather than the reaction of traders. We were celebrating in regards to long-term holders starting to accumulate, and on the other side, the short-term holders starting to sell, which is actually the best signal that you can get for bottom like we had in 2021 or the bottom in 2019, which typically with a crash in the market signals a bottom. But as you can see, these guys have reverted all their accumulation that they started in early May. They were thinking that they were buying a potential bottom for continuation, but it seems like these people now have changed their minds. And again, whether this is the reaction of other investors or this is triggered in on-chain data because of the 9 billion move, we don't know. The last time we were looking at the daily chart and we were saying this is the time to sell, pretty much when I sold at the all-time high around 11 of March, which was when we retested here the breakdown from this long channel here. That was with a lot of conviction, basically because we were having a very long run of multiple months. We have multiple tests on this trend line and we just lost it. We came for a retest, so that gave us the golden sell. In this case, it's a little bit more tricky. This move from bottom to top of the RSI is only 40 bars. The move that we have early this year was a move of 47 bars of the RSI. To get more conviction that this is not a fake out and that the price is not just going to revert and come back inside the channel, I would have liked the RSI to do a little bit of more play here and to exit from a higher level to give us that additional conviction that is a great point to sell. Right now, we see the bearish pattern on the daily. We have lost the momentum and we are pointing down. We have enough bearish news, but at the same time, we are very close to a lot of liquidity on the upside. And we still have a CME gap spanning from 70 to 70.4 that is untaken. If I had a large holding of Bitcoin, which I currently do not have, I'd probably be thinking to take some profits, and if the price went above certain levels, to rebuy it at a small loss. In that way, if we continue dumping with all this dry powder here that hasn't moved yet the price, I could rebuy it cheaper. Just bear in mind that comes from a swing trading spirit that is not interested in just holding forever. That's just not my thing. If it is your thing, I totally respect it. I've been there, I've done that. It's just not for me anymore. Let me know in the comments if you truly believe that this move of 9 billion triggered this candle, or if you think that we have at this time a substantial amount of different wallets planning to dump on the market. I think it's a critical moment and I will personally not be looking the other way right now. Guys, if you're interested in doing copy trading of my bots, have a look at the description. And if you are in need of a decent, good exchange full of features, have a look at the link of OKX. Currently is offering 60,000 in a prize pool. And if you're struggling or if you do not want to do KYC, have a look at my BingX link in the description as well. It's offering 6,000 in rewards. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.